Well, hey there. Welcome everybody, Jim here. My last video that I had, we was raking and doing some landscaping, a little bit of smoothing up of the ground where we've been putting the piers in. And I got a few comments about how Linda is a worker, because she's doing all the raking, and I just ride the tractor. Well, just to clear up things a little bit, if you can see, we just returned from a place where Linda was treated like a queen. And I figured I'd share the address with you. Cook's Lobster and Ale House. Okay? And it's in Harpswell, Maine. And it's out on, it's on Bailey Island, Maine. And look, here's the devil herself. I'm going to put up a picture here in a little while.
Hi everyone. Hope you're doing well.
I'm going to have to put a picture up in a little while, show her stuff with her sweet little face with lobster.
Oh,
So
yes.
she's treated pretty good. Aren't you, sweetie?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So anybody thinks she might rake a little too hard and I ride the tractor a little too hard, well, it all equals out.
I always work hard.
She always works hard, there it is. So anyway, now, just to let you know what today's video is about, this is one of my favorite days today because, well, of course, let me get this off. Today just happens to be a hot day in Maine. I don't know what it is. Must be about 85. Hot day in Maine. It's August 3rd. And it's got to be at least 85. So we went down to Harpswell, down the islands. Got a lobster. Took my brother-in-law and sister who's up from Florida. Look at her. She wants to steal the show again.
I'm sorry, I have work to do. On the video. All good now, you happy?
All right. Need any help?
Yeah, thanks Jim, well done.
All righty. See, I offered.
I'll get you later.
Yeah. So, anyway, today is one of the best days because I get to do an unboxing. If you watch some of my previous videos, I don't know if I videoed it or not, but when I was cutting those 6x6 beams, all I had was a 7¼ inch circular saw. And if anybody's ever cut beams, 6-inch 6x6 beams, they know, like I learned, you got to cut it once, flip it, cut it twice, flip it, cut it 3 times, flip it, cut it 4 times, flip it. And then you still got to take a saw and go down because there's a little teeny piece left holding it on there. So, you know, I got a lot of beams to cut. So this is supposed to go down through 6x6 one time. So hopefully this is going to save me a lot of time. And at the same time, I got to give a shout out to one of my favorite people. And if you notice the tool name, DeWalt. My favorite person is Miss DeWalt. And you do well to check her site out on YouTube. Jennifer's been in it for quite a while. She's a heck of a lot more popular than I am. But I have to admit, I was one of her friends before she became real popular. But she has a lot of videos on there about DeWalt tools and just doing things around the house. Check it out. I'm sure she'd appreciate it. And when you do, tell her, make a note, tell her Jimmy sent you. Alright. So, let's get to this. This is a DSW 780. It's supposed to be a 12-inch miter saw. And I've been putting off purchasing it. But they're fairly expensive. It was a little north of $600. But when they told me that the $180 stand is included free as a bonus starting August 1st, I said I can't resist. So I had to get the saw. Got the stand with it, free. And then of course, being a military guy, going to Lowe's, I got the military discount on top of that. So, as it turned out, I saved enough to make me want to do it. So without further ado, let's start cutting into this box and see what we got. Now, I've got it on my little jack stand here, and it's actually sitting on the tractor chains that I use during the winter. So don't confuse those with the saw. Alright, let's see what we got. I might have forgot to mention we had a few drinks while we was down there. We had a pretty good time. Sister and brother-in-law are up from Florida, and they're planning on moving back to Maine. So that's a good thing. A lot of people don't like Maine. They think there's too much snow over here. Well, you know what? They're right. There's so much snow here that in the wintertime, you're up to here. Can't even get out of your own driveway. So don't waste your time coming up here. Maine's a quiet little state, and certainly got enough people in it. So anyway, what I'm looking at is this big piece of styrofoam. I don't know exactly what these things are, but it looks like I'm going to have some assembly. So I think I'll leave these right in here if I can. Here's another bag of parts. Bag of parts over here. This bag of parts they chose to tape in. So must be real important. All kinds of handles and everything else. So let me pull this out of here, and as I get going and put it together, I'll show you what they are. But it's obviously they've done a nice job packing. Wow. Okay. I'm going to put this off to the side. The whole saw is only supposed to weigh like 56 pounds, I think it says. So that's not too bad. Let me give you a down-in look. Just so you can see what it looks like down inside the box. Certainly seems to be wrapped good, so I don't see any more loose parts. Pull some of this stuff off. Alright, wrapping of course. Well, I don't know exactly how I'm going to get this big boy out, except to just put it on the floor and yank it out. So, hopefully I don't hurt myself, but we're going to see how this works. Here we go. Like I said, 56 pounds I think they said. Okay. So. And I hate to destroy the box before I've actually seen the item. Just on that rare occasion if you had to send it back for some reason. But she seems to look pretty good. If I can, I'm going to bring it right up around here. Okay, it looks like that's going to be an impossibility. She's kind of stuck down into the styrofoam. So I might not have any choice but to cut away the box. Alright, let's see if I can pick her up now and put her on the table. So aside from it being stuck so tight in the box you can't get it out, I don't know of any way of getting this out of this styrofoam. She's certainly well protected. I knew there was a trick. It's like my other saw. Got a knob here to pull to release it. Alright, so needless to say, she certainly is packed away well. But it's not something maybe somebody who's had a couple toddies, 85-degree weather, should be unpacking. But I still was able to unpack it. Certainly looks like a nice saw. I'm sure it's a lot better than the one I have. The one I have is an old saw. It's only a 10-inch blade as opposed to a 12-inch blade. This here happens to be a 60 tooth, so it's a little on the finer side. Yeah, I think that'll do well. Now the first project this thing's going to see is cutting a few beams. Plus I got to do a few 45 corner braces, 6x6. So we'll see how this works. And I suppose I ought to take a look at the miter saw stand, but maybe I'll do that in another video, since it's so hot. But yep. Well, I'm anxious to try this out. I think it's going to work well. Heavy cast aluminum. Alright. Let's see what I can do to get this thing set up. And if there's anything unusually abnormal about setting it up, I'll come back. Otherwise, I'll come back and I'll show you doing a cut piece. Maybe the free stand will be a little less difficult. I don't know. I got the box off and I'm trying to determine how tough this will be. So far it looks easy. I'm sure there's instructions here how to set it up. And it's probably in 30 different languages. So a 10mm wrench was all that was required to assemble the stand. These pieces here pull up, and of course they attach to the bottom of the saw so that you can take the saw on and off relatively easy. Then they lock on. These end pieces help to support the end of your wood, and they can slide in or out depending on what length you need, and then lock down. So it looks like a pretty good unit, better than the one I have. Now I'll work on attaching the saw, and this one's really relatively easy to put together. So, like I said, it only required a 10mm wrench, and that was because there was a couple of bolts on here just to snug up a little bit. Alright, so I've got the saw all together, and it went on the bench to work stand nice. And there's a couple clamps in the back that I can take it off real easy if I want to. I wanted to do a demo, but I really don't have anything worthwhile to demo with for wood. It's all up to camp. But I'm sure it's going to get a workout. And it's got extensions here. Extensions here that when they're all the way out, I could fit a 2x4 by 8 foot long, 8.5 inch actually, and cut it to 8 foot or any dimensions less than 8 foot. So it's nice to know that up to 8 foot I could get on this stand. And if it's beyond 8 foot, well, I would just take these stops. You see it, this is a stop where the wood goes up. If it's longer, just flip the stop down and use it as a rest instead. So good. I'm pretty happy with it, and we'll get to use it here maybe this weekend. So thanks for watching. I'd say they done a good job. I mean, obviously I had a little bit of trouble getting it out of the styrofoam, but by ninja skills come in handy, and I was able to do it. So thanks for watching. I don't know if this will help you or hinder you, but you know, give me a thumb up, like, and a subscribe, and all that kind of stuff. And I'll be back with more videos before you know it. And bye for now.